Clouds TV, empowering lives.
So nataka tuzungumzie kuhusu maagano. Maagano ni covenant. Do you have a covenant? What kind of a covenant do you have? What is a covenant? First of all, before you having a covenant, what is a covenant? So what is a covenant? A covenant is a sacred agreement. A covenant is a sacred. For it to be a covenant, it must have a spiritual aspect. It's a sacred agreement between God and humanity, granting access God and humanity, granting access to divine help, granting access to divine help. So an agreement is very meant to give access, that we have agreed with God. You be my covenant. We do a covenant with God, thus getting an access from God to help you. Abraham did a sacred covenant with God, and then he got the access that your generation will be as numerous as the stars, as numerous as the sand of the sea, that your generation will never be defeated by their enemies, that whatever you will do, I will be with you, that for the 400 years from today, your generation will go into turmoil, but I will rescue them after 400. And according to the agreement, 400 years later, the person he spoke to, Abraham and the people that were there, 400 years later, they were not existing. But God maintained the agreement. God maintained the system that even if this man is not here, I have an agreement, a binding agreement that will have to be fulfilled. When you start a journey, for those people who we start together, a journey of marriage, a journey of relationship, a journey of business, a journey of ministry. More especially for those that we started ministry together. There is an agreement that we made somewhere that we shall be able to work together, that you will support me, that you will work with me, that you will do with me. And we had an agreement. And out of that, at the altar, we have always met at the altar and reaffirmed the agreement. Whatever unaonaga sacrifice inafanywa hapa, it is the affirmation of the agreement that we agreed together, that in this altar we shall service this altar together, we shall walk together. I will not fight you, I will not try to bring you down. When you intend, and this is the reason you find many members of a religious organization or a company or a ministry, the founder members, most of them, 90% of them, they die poor and miserable because they go against what they agreed. If you're a founder member of any organization and you want to part with whoever you founded with, go back to them. Agree, this is where we are going. Kujeni mushikane wapi? Mikono hapa kwenye madhabahu. Mukubaliane, sasa tumewachana, weenda zako na mimi weenda zangu. When you are against an agreement, a covenant, there are other elements, monitoring spirit, that will come and manifest themselves here to make sure I don't move, because there is a binding agreement somewhere that I'm supposed to fulfill. So women will come here and be an obstacle. Men will come here and be an obstacle. People will come here, pretend to be worshiping with me. Kube, they are wrong people. Why? Because there is a gate opened. There is a door that opened up, and this door is as a result of the agreement that we made at the altar of God. Therefore, soldiers will be sent, people will be sent, and come and make sure nothing that you will do that will come to pass until you go back to the agreement, until you go back to the covenant you made. Either you join up together or you break it so that you can be free. That is the power of the covenant. That is the power of your word. How many words have you ever spoken to women? Women, when we have our girlfriends, what do we tell them? What do we tell our girlfriends? When you are met, you tell them nice word. mayaga idigagutiga wewe wakwa ginya gukua. Those are covenants. They will come to haunt you. We wakwa ginya gukua mayagai digagutiga at the altar of sex. That one binds you. You will never be successful. You will never have a marriage. You will never go anywhere. And now you drop this man that you swore to. You say, mayagai, I am yours. Even if the bones are cracking with mentioning your name, and everything is making noise according to your name. This covenant you are making at the altar of sex, it will come to haunt you. You will never be successful in life. More especially if I broke your virginity. When I broke your virginity, what happened? There is blood that went down. That blood is a blood covenant. And if you have ever had a blood covenant, and also you have that kaboy, muliduka na mkono, ukamuduka kibtore na pini, ukaraba damu yake, na mimi nikaraba damu yangu. That is a blood covenant. It will never leave you. Iyo blood ya virginity, kale kamsee kamkijana kalikufa break virginity yako. Iyo damu ilimwagika at the altar of sex. It is holding you. That is your husband, legally married. That man who broke your virginity is your legal husband. Others are the quacks. You will never succeed with others until you go back to him, or until you break that covenant. So remember, ebu kubuka kale kamkakijana who broke your virginity. Where is he now? He is somewhere languishing without a man or without a woman. You are somewhere languishing, looking for a man, or your time. Because the blood that was shed is still calling upon God. The blood ambayo ilimwagika at the altar of sex is still inalilia Mungu. Na ukumbuke damu ya Abel ilililia Mungu ikiwa ndani ya mchaga, because it is a covenant between mchaga na damu. Na hiyo damu ilililia Mungu mpaka Mungu akasikia akiwa biguni, akaita Kaini akamuta, where is your brother? Akauliza Mungu, am I my brother's keeper? Naye Mungu akamwambiaje? Damu yake inanililia ikiwa kwa mchaga. Hiyo damu ulimwaga hata kama ni kuroba. Hiyo damu ulimwaga katika sex, at the altar of sex, it is still working on you, and it will never leave you until you either cancel it or you go to that man. And that is why marriages have failed to work, because those days of our mother and our father, they used to take a virgin woman, they marry a virgin woman, and that is why covenants between those akina mama na baba ziliishi mpaka saa hizi zimeishi, kwa sababu msichana mwiletu wao yagokathirage agatwaro na agakaguriwa akamenyekana kweli kuna uyu ndari ekwatia ndari acamania na mundurume nigetha akoyo ni mundurume ucio, magathi magaita thakame, na kuri andu mathia ku witness thakame ni yaiteka. Ihiko icio nginya umuthi itire curu kana cere, haina nywinyinyi wala nyunyunyi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. But you slept with that man, you abandoned him, he is still somewhere. When he is crying for the wife, the heaven, they go to the records of covenant and they discover there is a blood covenant of so and so and so and so. So the blood covenant is who? That Joseph and that Mary, they are written in heaven. They broke their virginity, they shed their blood, and that blood recognized or made it an agreement, a covenant, which is written in heaven. So when you cry for your husband, you cry for that man. The man you are living with, even if you cry for him, nothing will work for him. That is why I say you are praying for your husband not to go out. And you find when you pray for him not to go out, you find now he has 3. Previously he had 1. Now when you started praying for him, he has 3. You continue praying for him, 4. You continue praying for him, he becomes a gay. Because of the binding of the covenant. That covenant. Wale wengine wa mama tulikuwa tunarumilia nyonyo na jorori. Aria marumilia jorori nyodo. Wako no arumilia jorori nyodo. There is a covenant you made with that insect. There is a covenant you made with that insect because there was a purpose. You are doing it with a purpose. Wa kudakurumithagia na okanumidia. Yetiguo nikitweranaga. That is the power of a covenant. Whatever you do, and I want to deal with the blood covenant today. On Sunday, I will deal with other covenants so that you can be able to know what is really working against you. The blood covenant is so godly that it is enshrined in the kingdom of heaven, that he told Abraham, you must be circumcised. And when Abraham was told to be circumcised, he got circumcised alongside his own son. And when you did the circumcision, why and what is the importance of circumcision? Is it cutting the skin, or there is anything else? There is anything else. Because a circumciser is an anointed person from heaven. Why would God anoint somebody to become a circumciser? Was there any agreement? And when they were to go to circumcise during the season of circumcision, men, all those circumcisers, they will slaughter goats. They will slaughter goats for a sacrifice towards what they are about to do. Now, number two, when you are circumcised, we were never taken to hospital. We were taken somewhere. We were being taken there. And then you will sit on a stone. And then you do what? Ukarumadano. No kurumadano. Ukarumadano. Kurumadano ni kunyita uguo. Uikara uguo. Wacoka ukaruta ritho riothe ugacothereria uguo. Na ndukagerie kuinaina ona hanini. Tondu wainaina wahiana nyukwa. Hallelujah. Then you, Dhano ni kugatia. Dhano is a covenant with God. You have listened your hands to God. Now, God, I am making this covenant in my blood and the soil. Circumcision is making a covenant between you and the soil, God being the witness. Are you getting me? And then making a covenant of the soil, between your blood and the soil. God being a witness. It is God is happy with you. He has granted you permission to access the things of the world. And that is why people were getting circumcised, so that they can get the access of the people of the world, things of the world. You can now own. Now that is why now the Mogikoyo will come and say, Mwanake. Mwanake todonwariki yakorua. Mwanake, you can now have responsibility. You can have your cows. You can have your piece of land. You can have something. You are given an access because you have made a covenant between you and the soil. Circumcision is a covenant not between man and man, but between man and the soil. Telling the soil, I have given you blood. Give me what belongs to me. Praise be the name of God. Remember when Moses forgot to circumcise his son, God nearly killed him because this guy was continuing eating the things of the world, but the children have no covenant. So he had to make a covenant until the wife moved very fast to circumcise the son, so that the Moses will not die, because there is a covenant. God is a respecter of his covenant. God is a respecter of the word he spoke to you. And this word he spoke to you must be fulfilled to the letter. Therefore, when you do things that we are doing today, we are doing these things today without knowing that we are making covenants. Those people that slaughter goats, the covenants related. Goats were never slaughtered just because you want to slaughter, just because you've had people are coming to your place, or because people are coming just to visit you, and you rush, take a goat, you slaughter, then people eat. Long time, those days, we never slaughtered goats until it is given a name, Yakwake, because the blood that will be shed will be speaking to God in heaven and telling God, I have come because so and so had an issue they were to solve. So and so was doing this. So and so was doing this. This is the reason I have come. The blood travels to God and talks up to God. And when people, like now in this ministry, when people fight the person given a responsibility and to man the altar here, whatever you are doing is like you are shedding blood of the man in charge. And therefore his kegireko, his bitterness from the heart will pour down as a blood. And therefore this blood will cry to God. That is why you see those people like Korah and Dathan, when they disobeyed God and started doing funny things, God came full swing, because there is a covenant between Moses and God. God said, your enemies, I will deal with them. I will fight your enemies. I will destroy your enemies. I will bring down those enemies. So God comes in and fights on behalf of that man of God. That is why you see many people who have risen against a man of God, genuinely man of God, and they have gone to rise altars or to fight this man of God. There are three things that happens to them. One is death. They will die. And how do they die? They die by shedding blood. They don't die just like that. They die by shedding blood. They must shed blood before they die. Because there is a blood that came out of me. There is a cry that came out of me. And this cry goes straight to God. Number two, they happen to get mysterious deaths, mysterious sicknesses, sicknesses that you don't understand. Sometimes people will be telling you, this is cancer. When you go to this hospital, it changes from cancer, becomes something else. You go to this hospital, it changes from this, becomes to this one. You go to another, it changes. It was cancer, now it is TB. After some time, it's H. pylori. After some time, it will never be the same disease from one doctor to another doctor, because it is a spirit that is moving. And this spirit came to you because I released it from here. Once you grieve me, once you fight me, what I do, I will lie down here and tell God, these people, they came to this church, they were sick. These people, they came to this church because they wanted help. These people, they came to this church because they wanted this, and they wanted this. Now, I will prosecute my case to him, because it is God who told me, pray for her when she came. It is God who gave me that authority, because I don't have power to heal, but God has power to heal. So he donates this power to me to speak for your healing. Like I told Ezekiel, can these dry bones be alive again? Then Ezekiel told God, you alone know. So from here, because I have an access, God asked me, pray for this man. Speak a word to this man. I spoke on behalf of God. I will go, when you start fighting me, I will go back to God and prosecute my case to God and tell God, this woman came here, she was sick, you told me to speak a word for her. She got healed. She was weak when she came here. Now that she is healed, she is fighting me. Oh God, look upon that case. Look upon this thing. Because me, I cannot fight this woman. Me, I cannot fight this man. Me, I cannot fight this. So I surrender my case to God, because it is God who instructed me to pray for you. It is God who asked me, give way for them so that they can come. So I will go back to God. What will happen to you? Those enemies will fight each other. If there are people ganging against you because of the prosecution of your case, because of the argument you placed before case, these people who are sitting together planning to fight you, God will provoke themselves. They will fight each other. Remember the case of Jehoshaphat. When he went to God, he told God, he commanded a fast. He told the people of the people of Israel to start by fasting. They fasted. The whole nation fasted. Number two, they went at the altar of God and sacrificed at the altar of God. Number three, then he went back to God and asked God, are you not the one who told us not to kill these people? Are you not the one who told us do not touch them? Are you not the one, the friend of Abraham, who did this and this and this? Then so because of that prosecution, God came because he remembered, I stopped these people from killing these people. I stopped these people from fighting these people. I stopped these people from doing this. Therefore, me as God, I will go and remove myself and kill these people on behalf of my people. Praise be the name of God. That is why you see, you are ever told, do not touch the anointed. Do not point at that man who God has used to walk with you. If I have ever walked with you, if I have ever prayed for you, if you have ever sat down and listened to me and fed you the spiritual food, then you are subject to the authority that I'm carrying. And the authority that I'm carrying, I don't come fighting you. I go back to God who gave me that authority. Because when you came here, the word I'm speaking now, it is not me who is speaking. God is using my body to speak. God is using my mouth to speak. So he has taken the legal standard. He has taken the legal position in my body. He is using my body. Me and him agreeing. And he has commanded me, I want to use your body. I want to use your mouth. I want to use your spirit. I want to use your energy to speak to my people. So there is an agreement that if these people comes to fight me, God will fight them. Because of what I did. Because of you coming together in this church. Yes. Number three, physical challenge that will happen to you. Most of the people who fight men of God, They are on wheelchairs. They have physical problem. They have physical challenges. And what happens to them? Their firstborns, or their children, or whatever that happens with them, they find that they will have a challenge with their firstborns. They will die. Or the lastborns, they will die. Or their children will have an issue with their life. And that, therefore, if you are healed here, you came to this church, and you had a medical problem that God used me to speak to you to be healed, that medical problem will come to you 7 times or go to your generation and destroy your generation because of an argument that I presented before the court of heaven. Therefore, be worried and be mindful when you speak against a person that has a covenant with God. Because when God gave me this work, when God sent me to speak to the world, we had a covenant. We sat down and he made a covenant with me. And when he made a covenant with me, he instructed me and he told me, I will always be with you. Wherever you go, wherever you do, whatever you go and say, I will say. He told Jeremiah, whatever you say, it is coming from me. It will be possible. I sent you to go, you will go. And whatever I will instruct you to go and say, you will say, and it will become effective. Praise be the name of God. That is the power of the covenant. So look at that man you are sitting under, that bishop of yours, that pastor of yours, that apostle of yours. If you find this man is a man on a mission, hallelujah, is a man what? On a mission. Is a man who is on an assignment. Because there are people that are on an assignment, and there are people who are just shepherd. They are here to shepherd people without any assignment. But a man that is on an assignment to rectify the mistakes of this world, to rectify the mistakes of a village, to rectify mistakes of a particular place, if you interfere with that man, you are going to face those 3 consequences. And if you look here, I hear some of you people say that if you do this and this kind, sometimes the people have come to this church and they went back, they are poor. They came with the money, they are poor. It is not a wonder. And I know that will happen to you. You will go even poorer and sick. And from there, even your children will be affected. And from there, even what you do will never grow. Any business you do, itaguka, itaeda. Why? Because there is a spirit you tried to fight. There is a power you tried to fight. There is a job you tried to stop. There is an access that you entered where you are not supposed to enter. Do not fight people of God. Do not come to this church and then you find an usher there. You start fighting that usher. You don't know whether this usher has a covenant with God. Do not come fighting people, praise and worship people. You don't know what the agreement they have with their God. Maybe they have a covenant. They were sent here with a covenant. They came here with a covenant. But you are called, I am here an apostle. I did not choose myself. I didn't even want to preach. But God covenanted me and brought here. And the word I speak here, because he told me, you will never speak your word. I will always be speaking the word from him. So whatever I speak, I don't speak because I want to speak. I speak because God has chosen me today to speak so. He has given me a topic to speak. He has given me what to say. Therefore, if you become an impediment to what God wants me to release, you will be subjected to torture. The way the Moabites and those who are planning to come and fight King Jehoshaphat, there were three mighty nations. But these 3 mighty nations was vanquished, was cleared. And nobody cleared them. Them themselves, they started fighting each other. Until when Jehoshaphat was told to go, he went to go and collect gold and collect things that they were left behind by those people. They all killed themselves. I think the last man killed himself. And that is the dangerous thing when you try to backbite, to fight this man of God. When you start fighting this person because you don't know what kind of a covenant I have with God, what kind of a covenant I made with God. That covenant will dictate your life. That covenant will bless you. That covenant will curse you. That covenant will destroy you. That covenant will rise you up. If you stick with me, that is what God told Moses. He told Moses, because Moses went to God to ask God, what will I tell these people? Will they even listen to me? Then God asked him, what are you holding in the hand? Because God wanted to show Moses, I have a covenant with you. Wherever you go, whatever you have, will change to anything you want, because I have an agreement with you. I will work with you. I'll do everything with you. I will make you successful. I'll make you win battles. I'll make you conquer everything. because I am with you. I have a relationship with you. And this you are doing, it is not because of you. It is because of 400 years ago, I had an agreement. And why? Before the 400 years, or after the 400 years, Isaac was taken to the mountain. And when he was about to be killed, a goat appeared from heaven. And when the goat was killed, a covenant was entered between Abraham and God. Therefore, God promised that your enemies, the enemies of your generation, will never be able to defeat your generation. Anybody against you will be defeated. And whatever you want to do, it will come to pass. Wherever you go, no matter what situation it is, it will happen. Isaac, when he grew up, there was no food. The land that they were living in Gerar, Isaac decided to go to Egypt to look for food. But as he was going, God stopped him and told him, go back to Gerar. I'm going to make you reach there. I'm going to make you plant food there. I'm going to make you do something there. Remember, God did not do this because of Isaac. He did it because he had an agreement. He had a covenant with Abraham that your generation will never be defeated. I will defend you wherever you go. Remember again, when, is it Isaac or the father of Joseph? Is Isaac the father of Joseph? Is Isaac? Jacob. When Jacob, while they were in Egypt, because there was an agreement between them and God, that agreement was again brought up. And then Jacob told these people, we are going to get out of this place. And I know that by the time of getting out of this place, I will not be there. Therefore, do not leave my bones here. Carry my bones. Remember, for the 40 years, as they were going with the bones of Jacob. Wherever they went, they carried the bones of Jacob. Because of what? Of the covenant they had. They will never leave the bones of Jacob down. And remember, wherever they went to settle, they will build somewhere to put this bone. And then when they start a journey, they will carry the bones. And when wherever we're going, they will build another place to put these bones. They continued living and walking. Because there was a covenant. The bones of the Israelites will never be left in Egypt. Because this is an agreement. The children of God, the people of God, will never be buried with the Gentiles. Will never be buried together. Their bones will never be left with the Gentiles. Because these people are not ordinary people. They have a covenant with God. They have a place with God. They have an arrangement with God. They have an authority with God. Therefore, don't ever point at that person. He will cause you to become sick. He will cause you to become poor. He will cause you to stagnate. If that person becomes so angry with you, you will for sure either die or become stagnated. And you will for sure be destroyed. Not because I will come and curse you, tell you are not going anywhere. No, I will still be walking with you, be loving with you, be buying you food somewhere. We meet somewhere, you have a cup of tea. But inside me, I know you are dying. Hello? I know this is a very scary message. And I know that we are thinking, what you've been doing to me. I know you will pay anything you did against a man of God, not me, from where you came from. Because before you came here, you came from a man of God. And you said that man of God, this is hata hajielewi, hata ana nini, hata ana mafuta. Ni kama ni wewe unachoteaga watu mafuta. Ni kama ni wewe unakuaga na geji ya kupima mafuta. That man of God you abused. That man of God you left there na madharau. Lazima utarudi kwake. Uende make peace na yeye. You will never see peace in your life. You will never be successful. Leave alone me. Sasa na mimi ukuje. Ile gini umeninenea yako. Na ile mwingine ulinenea huyo mwingine na huyo mwingine. You must go back to them and make peace. Otherwise, the covenant that man has will haunt you. That is the power of the covenant. That is how powerful, that is how dangerous it is. That is how it can be destructive to your life. Remember the days of David. When David was being fought by Saul, he had an agreement with Jonathan. Jonathan said, I'm going to walk with you, David. I'm not going to walk with your father. I'm not going to be with my father. I'm going to support you because I see God in you. I see the level of God in you. So what happened? When they went on, Jonathan also died. The father also died. When David became the king, he called upon the old men and asked where to go and look for somebody that belongs to Jonathan. Because they had an agreement. Because Jonathan and David, they had a covenant. And they agreed, we will live together. I will help you. I will stand with you. No matter the situation, I'll with you. Because of that covenant, a man of God, David, sent people to go and look for somebody in the house of Jonathan. And then they found this Mephibosheth.
Yes.
And I was not full. He was a crippled man. But because of the covenant, he ate with kings. He dined together with David because of the covenant. Not because of who he was, but because of the covenant. So the covenant, if you fail to fulfill the covenant, more especially the covenant at the altar of God, the covenant between man of God and you, it will come to haunt you. It will come to fight you. And this is the reason most of you, do you know sex is an altar ordained by God? It is not ordained by the devil. It is a sex. Sex is an altar ordained by God. It is we who defile it to make it go look like it is demonic. It is not demonic until we demonize it. Are you getting me? It is not demonic until we do what? We demonize it. That is why nobody. That's why most all things that we do pertaining to sex, it is sacred, and it is done in a sacred way. Praise be the name of God. Hallelujah. And therefore, when it is broken, you need to go and make peace with that person you broke it. If you are not in good terms, if you are not in agreement, you need to go and talk to that person. Because when we had the intercourse, when we met together, there are two things that happen. The body and the body touch each other. Then there is a spiritual aspect. And number three, there is the fluid aspect. There is a fluid that comes from your body to somebody's body. That fluid is a covenant. It is like the blood, because the sperm from a man, it is life. The orgasm from the woman, it is life. And that is blood. This blood comes together and forms a covenant. Now the spirit of the man and the spirit of the woman meets together. They start working on you. They start dealing with you. Now you will not ever go anywhere. You will not be successful in life. Life will be fighting you. Wherever you go, there will be challenges. You go to America, there will be challenges. You go anywhere, there will be challenges, because there is a spirit following you. Maybe I slept with you and you have demonic spirit. The spirit will keep following me because we agreed and we spoke. And then what happened? I smooched you. That when you are doing these things that you are doing, they have an impact, a positive impact and a negative impact. Any agreement has a positive impact and a negative impact. Ask yourself, what kind of an impact is in your life? What kind of an impact is happening to you? What kind? Is it negative or positive? What does it happen? How does it happen? Making a covenant a source of enduring strength and what? And power. How covenant provide power? How does they provide power? A covenant. How does a covenant provide power? Or how does it make power come to become a covenant? That this covenant we made becomes power. This covenant that we make and becomes power. This is how they become powerful. They give access to divine health. They give access to your heart. They give access to your spirit. They give access to your brain, to your body, and to your blood. That covenant, it allows anybody to torment you. That person you had an agreement with, this person has power over you. Like now, I am a man of God here, and I have slept with you, and then you start fighting me. And then you start organizing things you want to finish me. Remember, I have spirit that is above you. I went to bed with you. I am the boss now. I am the man. Every man is the head. When we had sex intercourse with you, I became your husband. Even if it is an illegal husband, I am the legal. Spiritually, I'm a husband to you. So I have a spirit because I am the head. You are the tail. I am more powerful than you. So whatever I can release to you, it will haunt you. Number two, I am a man of God. I have another spirit that you don't have. I am a man protected because of the covenant I have with God. There's a covenant that we made with you, but there's another covenant that is protecting me from God. And this covenant that's protecting you from God, it will fight you. It doesn't matter whether I did it godly or I did not do it godly. God will not look at it, what I did wrong. He will look at his anointing, his covenant first. Then he will call me to his office to ask me, why did you do that? He will not fight me in front of you. He will not fight me in front of anybody. He will call me to the office and ask me what to do. But before he calls me to the office, he will finish you first because you tried to kill what is inside me. So I have two forces that are stronger than you. I will eventually defeat you. I will eventually bring you down. I will eventually destroy your life completely. And you, that's why you see so many people, they are fighting generational curses, generational problems, because of spiritual mistakes that were made by their parents, spiritual mistakes that were made by the people who belonged to their people. Remember in the book of Hosea, chapter number 9, and chapter number 9, verse number 9 and 10, the Bible says, I will remember the iniquities of their parents. Because of you, what you are doing today, I will remember. God remembers the iniquities of their parents. Their parents are not there. They died long time ago. They are the one who messed up. If you provoke something, God will be forced to remember an iniquity that was done by your grandmother, that was done by your grandfather, and he will invoke judgment to you because of that iniquity. Now you can see how dangerous it is. Now you see the dangers of covenant. Do not joke with a person that has a covenant with God. And that's why when David went and found Saul sleeping, he knew that if I kill this man, I will be killing myself. Because when he was ordained by Samuel, the spirit of God from Saul came out of Saul, went to David. So the literal spirit, the 25% spirit, was left with Saul. So whatever that was in David was the same thing that was in Saul. That is why David could not kill Saul. Because killing Saul, it is killing yourself. Because what is in this man is the same that I have to wait until he is emptied. Because when I am a king here, I am the king of this house, I am the king of my family, I still, even if nitatolewa spirit, bado kutabaki kadogo, kakuendelea nikisukuma, kakiendelea kakitolewako kidogo, until the person who is supposed to inherit me, akue kuchukua spirit yote. David alikuwa anaendelea, ndivyo ile spirit kidogo iliwacha na Saul, ilikuwa ikigia kwa David, ikitoka ikigia kwa David. Kwa hivyo David angeua Saul, angejikata ufalume. Na ndio naona mfalume nani? Angalia the covenant that Ruto had with Uhuru. The Ruto covenant, which they did in Afraha Stadium. Then they went to Gedesha farm kwa kuna Uhuru. They did an agreement and they prayed together and they agreed together. Yagu 10, yako 10. Uhuru tried to sabotage. Yagu 10, yako 10. God refused and gave it to Ruto. Because there is a covenant. And this covenant, they raised it before God. And God had it. And God indicated, yake 10, yahu yingine 10. No matter what Uhuru tried to do, it could not work because there is a covenant that God has to respect. God is a respecter of every covenant that he has made with you. When I go to the mountain, when we went to Mount Kenya, we were there to make covenants. It is the covenants we are making with God that now we are moving from this dimension. We are going to this dimension. We need to work with you. Then he agreed. Akanyesha mvua. Who agree kuweka signature ya kwamba I have agreed I'm going to work with you to the next dimension. Anybody try here to fight, anybody rise against it, no matter where you come from, inukia hiyo, there is a covenant in heaven that is written. Number 2, when we went there for the second time, there was no rain, but there was a star that appeared during the day, and the sun appeared during the day. And as we walked to the mountain, as we drove to the mountain, there was a moon, a crescent of the moon, and a star. And the crescent of the moon and the star is a covenant. This covenant, that is the word that led Jesus, the people who are looking for Jesus. And when Jesus was taken to Egypt, this is a star that led these people to go to Egypt. So the star is a covenant, and the crescent of the moon is also a covenant. And again, when we were doing the sacrifice, for those who looked at the heavens, there was a star and a sun, a star that was visible, which is not normal, because a covenant was being made that time. And because we were not doing a water sacrifice, we were doing a fire sacrifice. That because we lit the fire to liakisha makando, rain could not come because it was a covenant of fire. So what we did there the second time was the covenant of the fire. The first time, the covenant of water. The first time I went alone, it was a covenant of the soil. So look and see the kind of a person you are trying to fight. I have covenant. The soil is backing me. The waters are backing me. And the fire is backing me. Then now, God is here backing me. Fight me. I will not even lay a finger on you, but you will face the wrath of God. The same people that we went together to the mountain, you are also protected. You are under the same covenant. It is covering you. Nobody will be able to fight you. And whoever goes against it, it will kill her or kill him.
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering lives.